Welcome into Black and Gold Insider. This is the show where we get to know the members of the Black and Gold a little bit better. And finally, Aaron Law joining
us. Finally.
We usually get a healthy dose of you, Aaron, but we had to kind of plug into the back end of the season for some obvious reasons. But we're so happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Happy to talk to you again, Max.
Good man. Good man. I am Max Bretos. I'm sure you guys all know that. You guys tune in on a regular basis.
Who doesn't know in LA? I mean, come on. Can you even walk the streets, dude? You and Sonny are just the hottest things in town, I've heard.
Don't get smart with me, okay? Of course, maybe at BMO Stadium we'll get stopped here and there, but LA, come on now.
I don't know. I beg to
out in the high desert on Riverside, I mean, you can't even walk.
I can walk around, no problem. But yeah, I do get recognized every now and again out there in those parts, being from those areas and repping those colors, absolutely.
I know that's pretty fertile ground when it comes to soccer players. I know we've talked about it in the past. I got to ask you because we've talked to a bunch of guys, and I've never experienced this since covering LAFC. But the local connections from the guys that are from LA, like a guy like Adrian who's from Hollywood, the guys from Orange County like Kenny, Oxnard representing there, from David Ochoa. What's it feel like to have a locker room? Did you even notice it with all these LA guys and the comfort level guys that can commute to their homes on a regular basis?
Frankie, Santa Ana.
Yes.
There's a lot we can throw in there, but let's just.
Adam Saldana, Paramount, all of SoCal represented.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I feel like we want this team to embody like our culture and the city that we represent, right? So you always want to have, I think any team in the league or in any league, you want to have a healthy dose of like homegrowns and hometown kids, right? I think the amount that we have here and the amount of guys that are like making a difference and playing real minutes is fantastic. Yeah, it's amazing when people can come to the stadiums and be like, hey, that guy's from my hometown. And we have so many different guys from so many different places. Like it's special for them when they can watch us, and it's special for us when they tell us. Like the amount of times that I've been at a game and someone from the stands has like a sign that says like High Desert or like Oak Hills, and they're like, oh yeah, I went to your high school. It's like, for me, it's crazy because I know where we live, and it's like, not many people are up in those towns. So it's like, yeah, it's amazing. It's like, wow, you drove all the way out here. It's fantastic. I love it.
I think it's worth its weight in gold, and it's great to see. And I said Adam Saldana, I said Paramount. He's from Panorama Cities, but all these towns come in, and there's a lot of communities that are very proud of the guys on the LAFC. This was always the big plan of it, and I think it'll continue to grow. I got to start with the injury, Aaron, and we were all there. We saw the game in July against Dallas. You ruptured your Achilles. Can you take us back to that moment? Obviously, a penny for your thoughts on what went through your mind.
It's a really weird feeling. Like it's when like if you stretch a rubber band and it pops, like there's like that little bit of pressure at the end right when it pops. So imagine a rubber band that's like, an inch thick. It's like there's no pain in the tendon. There's no pain receptors in your tendon. So it's not like there's pain when you're like on the ground, like in so much agony. It's more if you're crying or screaming, it's more out of like, I know what just happened. And it's just like, it's a lot of emotions all at once. Maybe the body goes into shock a little bit, but it's more like that, boom. The initial thing, it's like you've probably heard that a lot of people like look behind them and they think they got stepped on, or it feels like you got shot or something. And the first time I did it, I didn't even look behind me. I thought someone stepped on me and was going to get like a red card. And I was like, oh, this guy's out of the game for sure. My ankle hurts a little bit, but like, I'll probably be fine. And I didn't know until I got back in the locker room what had happened. So like, I didn't even realize what that feeling was, but it's so unique that once you feel it once, like you're not going to forget that feeling. So as soon as it happened this time, I went to push off and explode. I felt the feeling. It was like within a half a second, I was like, I know exactly what this is. Let's wrap it up. And they try to come out and like, hey, how you feeling? Are you cramping? Or I'm like, guys, call the cart, call the cart immediately. We're going back to the locker right now. And they're like, wait, let us assess. I'm like, guys, trust me, call the cart. We're going to the locker room ASAP. So yeah, that's kind of,
you could have, guys, I know. And just full disclosure, you popped, this happened to you before, but it was the other Achilles, correct?
The other one 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Yeah. So
I didn't know that about the pain receptors in the tendon, but I have a feeling I have pain receptors in my tendon. maybe not for everyone. I have a feeling I have them if I ever get there. We'll see.
No, there's a lot of feelings going on, but like pain is not the number one, you know, and it comes later, and there's a lot of swelling and a lot of after surgery, like there's a lot of pain that is involved with it. But in that moment, pain is not what's on your mind. No, it's a lot of other things.
Well, I know tons of people reached out to you, and I reached out to you, and I could immediately sense, after it happened, just the disappointment, obviously, as you see all the work you put in, kind of something you've gone the process with, and you knew how difficult it was on the road back. So with the knowledge you had, how did you begin that process of dealing with it and with a goal in mind?
Yeah, so on the way home, I called a contact in New York that I made when I was there. And my surgeon is from New York. His name's Dr. O'Malley. He's like fantastic. He did a ton of huge big name guys. He's done Kevin Durant. He's done Jason Tatum. Like he's done all the top guys that are doing their Achilles. And he did my first one. So because of that, we have a really good relationship, and I have a good relationship with their front office. So I told the staff here, I was like, listen, guys, I'm going to make a call, and I'm going to get a surgery set because this was Saturday night. I'm going to get a surgery set tomorrow by like 8 a.m. I will have heard back from these guys. They know who I am. They love me. We have a good relationship. They will text me back like 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to have a surgery set for either Monday or Tuesday. And they're like, listen, you need to just relax. You need to go home and just like, let us handle this. I'm like, I just know what I'm doing in this situation. And I think, like I said, there's a lot of feelings, but the number one feeling that I was having was like, I need to make sure that I know when my surgery is, and I need to get that sorted out as soon as possible so that I can start the process of recovery. Like that was super important to me. So, didn't sleep that night. And by like 2 or 3 in the morning, I got the message, because on the East Coast, it was like 5 or 6 a.m. when my contact wakes up. He said, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm going to get on this right away. And by like, I don't know, 4 or 5 a.m., I had my surgery booked. Like, yep, we'll see you Monday, 10 a.m. Get your flights and we'll like get you sorted. So that at that point, it was like peace. And I was like, okay, I know my surgeon, who's like, it's one of the most important things for me is like, you got to get a surgeon that you feel comfortable with and someone that you know can do the job correctly. My last rehab went so smoothly. There was no hiccups, and I've heard horror stories and I've heard all the different things, but I'm like, I know the process. I know how much hard work it's going to take, but like the first step might be the most important. Like I need to get this guy to do it. And the faster you can get it done and reattached, the better it will heal. So I was like, I need this done ASAP. So within 48 hours, we had flown to New York, and surgery was done.
You got this figured out. Oh my.
Got to figure it out. Listen, if you blow an Achilles, call me up. I got you. I know everyone in the game doing the Achilles game. You wouldn't believe the amount of texts and stuff that I get. And it's nothing to do with like my Achilles injury now, but it's people that have hurt their Achilles, or like I can't even say names, but it's crazy. People around the league, different sports, different genre, like everyone's reaching out like, hey, I've heard you done your Achilles, and like, what should I do in this? What should I do here? And yeah, I'm like the Achilles guru now. I don't know if you want to be known for that, but
I could see the billboard on the 405. Call Aaron, Achilles
like
guru.
Me running, but like a broken leg. Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, no. And you don't want to make light of it, but I mean, it's like the Misery Love Company must have given you a little bit of comfort, because you mentioned your doctor and Jason Tatum, and I think it was the NBA, and like quick progression in the postseason. Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, this is
Halliburton, Lillard, like yeah,
Lillard.
It's crazy. Like all these top dogs and they all are going to this guy, and we have like a log of like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is the week. This is how it should look. This is what the tension should look like. So again, it's a long process, and part of the pain and the sadness when you go down when it first happens is like, what you don't know if you've never done it before, but because I've done it before, it's a really unique circumstance that like, I know how much work it's going to take for the next 9 months to get back. And it's just like, damn, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be an insane 6, 7, 8, 9 months of just like grueling little tiny, like baby steps every day. It's just like, oh my God, we got to do this again. But one step at a time, got the surgery booked, went to New York, and then it's been smooth sailing from there.
I got to tell you, Aaron, this is really interesting for me, and I'm sure our audience as well, because, injuries are usually not talked about too much, but to hear how athletes deal with this in the process, from your from you and how you deal with some levity, it's really refreshing. So we really appreciate hearing this and you sharing this with us.
Yeah, and for you, Max. I mean, I'll show you. You want me to put my leg on the screen? I'll do it.
No. Like if you get your appendix taken out, just take some photos, whatever it is. We like all that stuff.
Appendix. I got no info on the appendix.
Okay, whatever. Give it some time. Okay. Just kidding. You're still the captain of the team. So how have you helped your presence felt? Once you got, getting some progress done with regards to being able to walk around on crutches or whatever that takes. How have you incorporated in whatever that looks like with LAFC?
Yeah, I don't know if you want your presence felt, right? Like, I don't know if I want like, hey guys, I'm still here. Hey, it's like popping your head in everywhere. It's not who I am. It's kind of just going about my day to day. And when I do cross paths with these guys, because now we're on a little bit of a different schedule, it's like I have to show up before them now. And then when they get in and they go to, when they get to go to video, then I come down to the treatment room. Then they go out to training, and then I'm doing my rehab. So we don't cross paths like not nearly as much as we did. I see them in and out of the hallways and things, and I can say hi. But yeah, you don't want to force anything. It's just natural. And these guys are my brothers. So whenever we do see each other, and if we're having breakfast or lunch at the same time on a day, it's great, and we can talk, and the banter's always there. The love is always there. Like there's, when we're there together, it's like nothing's changed. I just don't see them as often as I used to anymore.
I think that's a really good way to approach it. We did see you from time to time, and when Son Heung-Min arrived, he was there in the director's box, and there you were talking his ear off, quite frankly. So what were you telling him? But this was a nice moment. We caught it on the TV screen. And he was paying attention. So this was his first time in LA.
For sure. So that was crazy. That was my first game, my first home game that I came to since the injury, because there's so much pain and things that are involved. Like you don't want to be out of the house, or you got to have your foot up for a couple months. So that's the first one I came to, and they're like, all right, listen, let's get you into like a certain area. We can put your foot up. And like, I know you want to be there in the locker room to support the guys, but like, we got to be smart about this. As soon as I get there, they're like, hey, Son Heung-Min is up there. Like, we want you in the directors. Like, the owners want you in the box. Like, you got to talk to him. I'm like, all right, let's go. I don't care. Great. I'd love to meet this guy. I get up there. I'm thinking I'm just going to shake his hand. They get out of the seats like, Aaron, boom, right in front row, right next to him. I'm like, okay, great. So now me and Sonny are just chopping it up out of nowhere. I'm seeing the memes, by the way, on Instagram and Twitter. Like, Aaron's telling him about his favorite taco truck in California. And like, the memes.
Did you?
Internet was crazy. No, I was just like, listen, first off, thank you for coming here. You're going to love it. We're going to love you, and you're going to love us. Like, I know you had a lot of options, and I've seen the rumor mill. Like, bro, you nailed it. You nailed this decision. Trust me. It was a Wednesday game. I'm like, listen, 32-52 over there. They're rocking. They're always going to be good. But the rest of the stadium, when you come out, dude, they're going to show up. Like, it's going to be sick. We're going to have a good time. And right away, I'm thinking he was going to be like the image that is Sonny. You just think like nicest guy in the world, right? Like blanket statement, feel like, oh, what is Sonny? He's just the nicest guy ever. So I'm just thinking I'm going to get this nice guy, but right off the bat, banter. He's joking with me. He's like, dude, I don't care. We have to win. We have to win everything. This is in the box. He's like, we have to win this year. We have to win. He's like, by the way, did you see the results on the weekend? He's like, I can't believe this team and this team won. I don't want any other team's name to even come out of my mouth. But he's like, did you see the results? He's like, can't believe this team won. Last 90th minute. So lucky. Wait,
so he's like talking about the Portland Timbers and all.
He's talking about our league and who's in front of us on the table that are getting lucky wins, late, like 96-minute winners. And he's like, I can't believe it. And I'm thinking
that Andres Dryer's out of control.
I'm like, dude, listen, that guy right there, he's a young guy, David Martinez. Like, he's amazing. He's like, oh, yeah, Venezuelan, right? Like, I know him. And I was like, yeah, Denis Boanga. Do you know who that is? He's like, oh, I've seen all his highlights. He's amazing. I can't wait to play with him. So, like, he knew the team already. He did his research. He knew where we were at the table. He was experienced with, like, the travel. He's like, yeah, my first couple games, I think, is going to be, like, away at Chicago and away at New England. How are the cities? Like, he was ready to go. It wasn't like he was just there, like, what am I getting myself into? No, it was super easy to talk to. I was like, oh, you want to talk MLS? I'm your guy. What do you want to know, dude? Come on. Been to every one of these venues 1,000 times. Let's go. You got turf coming up on the East Coast. It's going to be cold. Like, yeah, I was giving him the rundown. So it was cool.
And look, recently you were at MLS headquarters out there on the East Coast with MLS season pass, and you had a chat with him about the fantasy football. First of all, I want to bring that up now because it was so warm. It was like you guys knew each other for years. And I'll ask about the fantasy football, but I mean just the relationships. You've just seen this integration of him. Is that normal? I mean, not just for any player. I mean, just obviously a guy his stature, but just for any player to get in there and integrate that quickly.
I've seen players do it, but it's been a 10 out of 10 like transition. Like I don't know how else to say it. And I talked about this a little bit when I was on 360, but it's like we're also losing Ollie, right? Olivier Giroud, who's like a huge part of our locker room. Like he is vocal, he's a leader, he's loud, he's funny, he's a great personality. Like we love this guy in the locker room. So to now lose a big piece of the locker room, you're always like, dang, that, like forget the amazing player that he is. We're like, as guys, we're like, shoot, we're losing such a good guy in the bus, on the plane. Like, those are the guys that move the needle in the right way. Like those are good team guys, locker room guys. So when we lose him, it's like, dang, and we're going to get Sonny. Okay, amazing player. He's super nice, but I don't know if he's going to be quiet. I don't know if he's going to be loud. You don't know anything. He came in like guns blazing. He's one of the loudest guys in the locker room, chatting all the time, like so much banter, like, which is, right up my alley. So me and him riff off each other a lot. We have a great relationship. Fantasy football trades. We get down and dirty, dude. He's amazing. He's been fantastic. So when you see us like in that interview on screen, like I'm texting him before, like, yo, get ready. I'm going to light you up on this interview. And he's like, please don't, come on, be nice. I'm nervous. It's like, there's already the banters there going beforehand.
Going to light you up.
Oh yeah. And he was like, please don't ask me easy questions. I'm nervous, like all that. So, but it was good.
That's great what you said about Olivier and that presence, too, because, those things need to be mentioned. So people, because we don't know, we don't see them as much. By the way, this fantasy league, what's going on? How Sonny, how are the standings looking here as we're approaching the halfway pole?
Standings, I'm in second place. Not happy about it. Had a bad loss last week. I had some guys on buys though, so it's fantasy. It happens. The two guys that are tied for first right now are two foreigners, which is what we love to see here because this is now encouraging the next wave of foreigners that come in that we can get their money and steal it from them hopefully when they come to the team. But last year, I won the league, but I lost in the Super Bowl to Mati Bogusz, so I got second place I won the supporter shield, if you want to call it that.
Wait a minute. There's no supporter shield in fantasy football. There's no supporter shield in fantasy football.
When there's money on the line, it counts as a prize. So I got the supporter shield money. Then I came in second place to Mati Bogusz, foreigner, which was his team was horrendous. I don't know how he beat me. This guy had running backs playing, it was disgusting. But whatever. Let bygones be bygones. So he won last year. We get all these new guys to sign up. So this year in first place is Sergi Palencia and Andy Moran, and Andy's team is nice, dude. He played actually last year in Europe. So he's like, oh yeah, I'll play. And we're like, oh, we got one. We're going to steal his money for sure. He comes in guns blazing, just knows all the players. He's picking sleepers. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? How do you know all this? And he's flying right now. And he had a really good player get injured on his team, and his team is still amazing. So that's probably my biggest competition.
Wow.
Sonny is 3-3, I believe.
Not decent.
Really good. Oh yeah, he's beaten some long-standing Americans here.
I'm not in as a competitive league as you guys.
We have an American on our team. 0-6.
Oh, we're not going to mention his name.
He's a really good friend of mine. And leave it right there. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. People can just put 2 and 2 together. But yeah. So it's But yeah, I'll be top of the table by the end of the year. I'm not really worried about it.
Very good. What do you think about all these new players? I mean, obviously when the injury happened, but now you have Ryan Porteous and Andy Moran, and how in addition to Son Heung-Min and Jailson and a bunch of guys, what's the best way of getting those guys acclimated from your perspective? And how have you seen this new group of players?
I've seen it different than I've ever seen it because now I'm seeing it from like afar, almost like a fan in a lot of ways. Now I'm like sitting there changing it. I'm like, hey Ryan, how was Andy today? Like, is he how's Jailson on the ball? Like, when he turned, like, is he, I've got to ask all these questions because I don't get to see it. And then when they play in the games, it's like I'm a fan almost. I get to see them in real time with everyone else, like, watch them show their stuff. So it's cool. It's cool. It's very different. In terms of integrating, I don't know. Our team is so nice. We have so many different personalities, so many different languages we can all speak. So I feel like there's a lot of locker rooms that might not be as welcoming or as easy maybe. But ours, you can just kind of slide right in and fit right in.
I have no doubt in that whatsoever. But you're keeping yourself busy, as we said. You're going on MLS season pass across the country. It means you're fit enough to travel. The podcast with Ryan, it's got a couple good laughs every week. So you're a lot on your plate to keep you busy off the field.
Yeah, a lot to keep my mind going, dude. To see if the legs can't go as fast as they once did yet, I got to keep the mind sharp. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun doing all that stuff. I was out in a MLS season pass. They said that you hosted one day, and they're like, "Listen, Max was here. He was such bad luck. There was no goals. No goals for like 45 minutes."
And I said to myself, I go, they're never going to ask me back. I think the week before they had like 60 goals, and then I go there, it was like 2 goals in the Eastern window.
That's what they told me. They're like, "Listen, dude, just don't bring Max's energy, and you're going to do just fine." So I was thinking of you, but not in a good way. I was like, "Okay, don't be Max, don't be Max," and the goals just started raining in. It was great.
Yeah, they're not going to get me back. Hey, what does the timetable say for you? When do you think we could see Aaron back on the field?
Last time I did this, I was at national team camps at 6 months, 7 months, went through January camp with the national team, went through full preseason with the team, and I played in the first game of the season. But that injury was a month or 2 earlier, or I think in the season, maybe 2 months earlier. So if everything goes the same, and again, every injury is different, and you can't really use the timetables the same way, like, oh, let me just move it over here, and now this is going to be this month. But I'm hoping to only miss, a handful of games at the start of the season, and then I'll be back.
All right, man. We're looking forward to seeing you back, and we appreciate you joining us here. This was an awesome chat. Covering so many grounds, long overdue. Hope to have you back again here soon, Aaron. Aaron Long, LAFC defender and captain.
Thanks, Max.
Good stuff. Make sure you join us every week here on Black and Gold Insider. We'll be back again next week. Until we meet again, this is Max Bretos saying, let's go Black and Gold.